January 2002. After the coalition victory in Afghanistan, US forces started transporting over 500 detainees to its naval base in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. The Pentagon branded them Al-Qaeda terrorists. Quote, the most dangerous, best-trained, vicious killers on the face of the earth. It sanctioned a raft of interrogation techniques, including sensory deprivation, religious humiliation, and severe physical pain. But these methods have been hidden from public scrutiny. Even lawyers representing the detainees have been denied access to their clients. Tonight, to help judge what's happening at Guantanamo, we've reconstructed its conditions and methods. Using US military manuals and declassified government documents, we've created cages, interrogation rooms, and surveillance equipment. 7 British men have volunteered to be detained for 48 hours and questioned by former US military interrogators. We cannot subject our volunteers to the full range of techniques used in Guantanamo. That would be too dangerous. But what you are about to see is both shocking and upsetting. The Bush administration argues that the use of coercive interrogation methods is necessary to extract vital intelligence in the war on terror. Human rights lawyers argue these are torture. So, can such methods ever be justified, even in a world post 9/11?
Salam alaikum.
Day 1, 0900 hours. Our 7 volunteers, including 3 Muslims, start to arrive.
I'm Alex Standish, good to meet you. I'm the military intelligence advisor for this exercise.
Waiting in the wings for the volunteers are Team Delta, a squad of ex-US Army guards and interrogators. With extensive experience in Vietnam and the Middle East, they're all familiar with the methods in use at Guantanamo. The volunteers have been told the exercise will begin later in the day and are expecting a friendly briefing and some breakfast.
The next time you see my face after that, the exercise will be over for you. Good luck.
Don't move! Hold still, motherfucker! Hold still! If you're fine, I'll hurt you! Get up! Get out of this goddamn
trail now! To approximate the trauma of capture, the volunteers are ambushed.
Move it! Let's go! Move, move, move! Walk! Go! Move! Let's go! Spread out! Stay apart! He said to the left! Look at me! Look at him!
Get down at the ground.
What are you looking at?
I didn't say down on the ground. Get up! I said look down at the ground!
Most of the Guantanamo detainees had been captured in Afghanistan, many sold to the Americans by local warlords. They were already severely traumatized when they arrived.
Shoes off, socks off.
You think he's talking to me? I think. What was that?
The ends justify the means. We have to protect our citizens and our way of life, and against threats, be they large or small scale, we need to find out about threats and deal with them. But I think that has to happen within some framework of absolute values on which your society is based.
Open your mouth.
The Guantanamo detainees range from teenagers to the elderly.
Excuse me?
At 49, Pete Dewhurst is our oldest volunteer. He supports what's happening at Guantanamo.
These guys are there because they were caught somewhere near a terrorist organisation, within a terrorist organisation, within a battle. And if they've got information, like I say, that will save people's lives, will stop something happening in the future, then yes, absolutely, you know, they should stay there for as long as necessary to get that information out of them.
Your name is 73, you understand that? 91 is your new name. This is what you will be known by.
Put it on!
26-year-old Usama Tariq is a British Muslim. He's taking part because he wants to publicize the plight of the Guantanamo detainees.
I feel the detainees currently being held in Guantanamo Bay against their will are being tortured. They're living in inhumane situations. like animals, not like human beings. They're not treated like human beings.
When they arrived at Guantanamo, the detainees were classified as unlawful enemy combatants and stripped of the protections afforded to prisoners of war under the Geneva Conventions. Those that remain have now been held for up to 3 years without trial. But despite their non-POW status, the US government insists that they are treated within the spirit of international law.
And what's taking place down there is responsible, it's humane, it's legal, it's proper, it's consistent with the Geneva Conventions.
Yet behind the scenes, the administration was rewriting the legal definition of torture. In August 2002, the Assistant Attorney General claimed that coercion was only torture if it caused pain
so severe that death, organ failure, or permanent damage resulting in a loss of significant body function will likely result.
Anything less, they argued, was legitimate and justifiable in the interests of national security. Within 3 months, a new set of guidelines for interrogation was introduced, personally approved by Donald Rumsfeld. It sanctioned prolonged and painful stress positions, sleep deprivation, 20-hour interrogations, removal of clothing, exposure to extremes of temperature, and the use of mild, non-injurious physical contact.
Stand! Stand! Stand!
To soften up the volunteers for interrogation, the guards increased their physical and mental stress.
Walk in place, 73. Left, left, left. When I say left, that left foot better be on the ground.
As at Guantanamo, our volunteers are constantly monitored by medics. A healthy male should have a resting pulse rate of around 70 beats per minute.
And the average pulse in the room right now at a resting rate is around 100. That's a pretty good indicator that it's working. So it's clinical. We're going to say, okay, the minute their pulse starts to drop, they need more stress. And then we'll keep track of them.
Drink.
With stress comes dehydration. The volunteers are forced to drink copious amounts of water.
Drink.
But in Guantanamo, the detainees are frequently denied use of toilet facilities.
Left, left. To piss outside my clothes.
No, you cannot.
No, to piss inside my clothes.
Inside your clothes, yes.
Can I not go outside in the corner?
You are in a corner.
You're in a corner.
Go as you are standing.
Can I not?
No, you cannot.
I have to piss my clothes.
You have to do as you're standing. What is difficult with that?
My clothes will get dirty.
Oh, it's the sadness